You need to see this. In the next clip, you feel that hope has been gone. In the next clip, you feel overwhelmed. In the next clip, you learn a lot. So please stay tuned and let's talk about it in the end.
I haven't been eating much lately. Can't afford to, really. That's just where life is right now, man. You make enough to not get help, but not enough to get by. Forget basic medication for kidney failure. Don't have the insurance to cover it. So what do? You suck it up and you just keep moving. You just keep moving no matter what pain you have, no matter how bad it feels, you just keep trying to make it work. And it's getting pretty crappy to make it work. Because I'm in a lot of pain right now. I really am. And I'd really just like a chance to take a breather and get the help I need and not to worry about food for a day. That's just kind of where life is.
I don't care how normal this feels. If this is adulthood, y'all can keep it. It's wild how we've normalized this shit. Like working all week, barely surviving, and then acting like a 2-day weekend is enough to fix everything. Like, bro, I don't need a day off. I need a whole life reset. I'm not tired because I didn't sleep. I'm tired because every part of this feels rigged from every corner. Rent's higher, gas is higher, groceries are insane. But no, apparently, we're just not working hard enough. We were taught to smile through it and just be grateful for you have a job. Meanwhile, half of this country is one emergency away from losing everything and don't even think about slowing down because the second you pause, you feel guilty. Like you should be doing more, spending more, posting more, being more. And when you finally speak up, people hit you with the same tired shit. Like, just work harder. Just stop being negative. Try a side hustle. For what? Just so we can be tired in more creative ways? Nobody wants to say it, but the truth is this isn't living. This is just making it to the next bill. And maybe you've gotten used to it. Maybe you've convinced yourself that this is just how life works. But deep down, this isn't what we were made for. We were meant to build, connect, create, explore, not grind ourselves into the dirt so someone else can sit back and profit off of the scraps. I don't know what this is, but it damn sure isn't living.
I want to tell y'all what, and this being honest, it comes from my heart. I don't care where you work at and what you do for a living. Do not sit there and absolutely just work yourself till you can't work no more. Because the more you give to a company, the more they're going to ask out of you. And you can pass out and hit the ground and be gone one day, and they'll have your ass replaced the next day. They don't care about you. I don't care what company. You can sit there for any company in this world. I don't care who they are. They don't give a crap about you. They only give a shit what they can get out of you. That's what they give a crap about. I'm telling you now. So for all those factory workers and everybody out there, hey, I understand you want to work hard, you want to make money. I get that. But when you start putting a lot into it, your reward is more work. The harder you work, the more work they give you. That's what it always seems like. The good workers, the hard workers, they get the most work. When all the other folks that don't want to work, don't want to do shit, they get all the good jobs. I know this by experience. So I'm just telling you, when you go to work, do what is required of you and go home. Be with your family. Because I'm going to tell you, there ain't a job in this world more important than your family. Just going to let y'all know that. Y'all have a good day.
You know what I've learned after decades of managing people? Good employees almost never quit because of the work. They quit because of frustration. They quit because nobody listens to them. They quit because they're expected to carry the team while everyone else gets a free pass. They quit because they stop feeling appreciated. And here's a mistake a lot of managers make. When a good employee starts speaking up, complaining, or pushing back, they label them as a problem. But most of the time, that's not a problem employee. That's a good employee who's trying to tell you something is broken. The employee you should worry about isn't the one who's talking, it's the one who's gotten quiet. Because once good employees stop caring enough to speak up, they're usually already halfway out the door. And by the time they turn in their notice, the decision was made a week or a month ago. Good employees don't quit jobs, they quit environments. And great leaders learn to spot the warning signs before it's too late.
See them boats out there?
they have to pay to be there, yeah? But who are you paying? Who owns the sea? How can you own the sea? Like, who are they buying it off? You know what I mean? Like, have they offered Poseidon some Bitcoin for it? Have they dived to the bottom of Davy Jones's locker and had a meeting with the Kraken? I'll tell you what they done. They wrote up a Microsoft Word document. We hereby declare ownership over the sea. And then they signed it themselves. They signed it themselves. That sea is no more yours than it is mine. If that was my boat out there, I'd say, prove to me you own the sea. Prove it. And I don't want to see some bodgy document where you've signed it yourself. Where's it written in the sea that you own it? And then I'll pay you. It's the same as, oh, they were in our airspace. In your airspace? How can you own the air? Who are you buying the air off of? Humans invented Microsoft Word and started writing up documents claiming ownership over the natural world and then signing it themselves.
Bro, my thing is, after $1 billion, what much more do you want to do? You can do just about anything you want. I feel like the average person probably want them a good little M, and they good, they straight. At 100 billion, what much more do you want to accomplish? Like, bro, you can achieve everything you want. What's on your goals right now? Let's not even talk about like Elon Musk at $1 trillion. Like at $1 trillion, now you just doing too much. That you can do everything, but you still just want more. What's the point?
No animal on...
Bro, I'm just sitting here thinking on some late night thinking stuff. Like, I really got nothing to my name right now, bro. I'm at my mama's house, nothing. Like, I got nothing right now, I ain't gonna lie. But that don't mean that I quit. That don't mean that I give up. That don't mean that I stop pursuing everything I'm trying to pursue and everything I'm trying to build in this life. Like, that goes for y'all too, bro. Just because things might not have worked out yet or things might not have clicked yet doesn't mean you give up. Because you're always one step away. You're always one move away. You're always one post away from everything changing. From everything doing a 180, from everything just clicking just like that. So I say all that to say, like, don't quit, bro. Even when you might doubt yourself, even when you feel like nothing's working, even when you feel like you're just doing things for no reason, bro, you could be one move away from the breakthrough. You could be one move away from everything working out how you want it to work out. So keep going, bro. Even if you're in the same position I'm in right now, keep going.
This shit right here don't make no damn sense to me. How come back in the day, corporations made so much profit that they could afford to pay American skilled laborers enough money every year that a single member of a household could go and work at a factory for 40 to 50 hours a week, maybe pulling in some of that overtime, but that man could go out and work 40 and 50 hours a week. The wife could stay home and raise children. And he brought home enough money that he could provide a life for his family. He could provide a roof over their head. He could put food in their stomachs. He could put gifts under the tree. He could take them on vacations every single year and be the sole provider in his household, working at a factory job. How come these companies managed to make so much profit that they could completely tear down and redesign their most popular vehicles every single year? You think I'm playing with you? You can tell what year a car is based on their taillights. Go look at an Impala throughout the 60s. Tell me you can't tell what year it is based solely on what taillights it has. Whereas nowadays, you can't tell the difference between a 2013 and a 2017 on most vehicles. You can't tell the difference between them. You got manufacturers that'll make a car and it'll look exactly the same for damn near a decade. And yet, you can't afford to pay your employees a living wage. You can't afford to not outsource. You can't afford to use good quality products. You got cars that were built in the 60s that are still on the road today, driving around. You got cars built in the 70s and the 80s still running. I got a truck that I drive on a daily basis older than I am. older than I am, and I don't put shit into it. I just keep it running. I maintain it. I'm not over here throwing money into the motor every other week. It's not breaking down on me constantly, but it's older than me. And yet we can't build a car today with all this technology, all these years of advanced development. We can't build a car today that'll last 10 years. Something's wrong with that.
Nobody's talking about the fact that there's a generation of people who are going to school, literally getting themselves in debt to go to school to prepare for a job that won't exist by the time they graduate. I think people need to understand how our society is changing, especially in the job market. With everything changing with AI right now, like, people really are going to school right now, are preparing to go to school. And I'm talking about children who are in middle school, children who are in high school, children who are in their freshman year. By the time they get out, the job that they're preparing for, the job that these schools aren't telling them this is going to take over AI, because technically, why would a teacher tell you that? Why would a professor tell you that? When if you find this information out, you're going to say, well, what's the fucking point of me being here? They're preparing you for something, for a world that will no longer exist by the time you graduate. A world that won't exist by the time you get to that age. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very important for parents and everybody to kind of just be like, look, you know, practically, the job that you're probably wanting to do and be when you grow up or get out of high school to do, it might not be there, because there might be an AI system out there to some extent. I don't know what type of systems they have that will do your job better than you.
Why would you give up a career of 22 years and take early retirement and take a huge hit on your pension? And why would you do all this shit? Well, it's fucking simple for me. I'm 56 years old now. My dad died at 59. His dad died somewhere between 59 and 61. And I'm looking at me going, even though I take way better care of myself and I take the right supplements and I do the shit that I'm supposed to do, and I have 2 toddlers running around that I'm fucking chasing every day, and we're out doing things, there's still a part of me that says, you know, you could fucking die at 59 too. So it became more important for me to spend time with my kids, because my 26-year-old never got that dad. And I'm like, I'll be damned if these kids grow up someday and go, I don't know this guy.
I personally love quitting. I love quitting. I think quitting is amazing. If I don't want to do something anymore, I'm not going to. It's literally that simple. I'm 24 years old. I don't have any more years of my life to waste doing things that I don't want to do. I don't care how long I've been doing something. I don't care how much time I put into it. I'd rather only put in as much time up until that point and no more after that. You know what I mean? Like, if I spent a year doing something and I decide I don't want to do it anymore, I'd rather have only used a year of my life doing that instead of keep going, because, oh, well, I've already done it for a year and I have to keep going. No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't care how much time, money, effort, energy, whatever. That's in the past. You put it in, it's done now. If you don't want it anymore right now, you just stop. Then just stop. Just stop. It's that simple. It's that simple. It really is.
So I just seen a report, guys, that said about only 25% of people, non-homeowners, believe that they will be able to buy a home in the next 5 years. And if you really stop and think about how insane that actually is for a second, that means most people who do not own homes right now, they believe that they will never have a shot at owning a home, realistically. And honestly, I think we don't talk about it enough about how depressing that is for the working class Americans. Because this is not just people being lazy or bad with money like older generations love to say. The reality is that housing prices exploded, interest rates went up, rent became extremely expensive, groceries are expensive, insurance is expensive, healthcare is expensive, childcare is expensive, and wages have not kept up with the cost of living the way people pretend it has. A lot of people are just barely staying afloat month to month, let alone saving tens of thousands of dollars for a down payment. And yes, before somebody says it, I understand our parents struggled too. Life was not magically easier for everybody back then. But we should also stop pretending that the math is remotely even the same. A lot of older Americans were buying homes when average prices were, compared to income, were dramatically lower than they are now. College was cheaper, rent was cheaper, healthcare was cheaper, and one decent full-time income could literally support an entire household in ways that feel almost impossible for the younger generation today. And honestly, according to experts, this has started to create a psychological shift in America that people are underestimating, because generations before us they were raised believing that if you worked hard enough, you could eventually build stability, buy a house, build a family, have a retirement someday. But now we have millions of younger people working all the time, feeling like they're permanently stuck in survival mode, no matter how hard they push themselves. And that's a problem. And that's why a lot of the working class people are angry right now. Not because we all expect, luxury like yachts or mansions and the nicest cars. No. We just want to be able to pay our bills in full and then maybe have some extra to go to Dave & Buster's with our kids without worrying about where that extra money's coming from. We just want a realistic shot at stability without feeling like every year we're falling further and further behind, while also being told that the economy is supposedly doing amazing. Because when us regular people stop believing that we can ever realistically build a stable future, that changes a country in ways that politicians should absolutely not ignore. And before somebody comes in saying, well, I made it work, so everybody else should too, I say good for you, genuinely. But I want you to understand, not everybody starts from the same place mentally, emotionally, financially, or even neurologically. Some people are dealing with anxiety, ADHD, depression, trauma, burnout, disabilities, kids, or jobs that completely drain them every day. Life is not an equal playing field, and I think a little more empathy for struggling working class people would go a very, very long way right now.
As you can see in our videos, a lot of people are sick. A lot of people are sick and they don't have help from getting treated, right? A lot of people are sick, but they're still pushing through the pain. They still show up to work and smile. A lot of people are going to bed hungry, but some still showing up still. A lot of family are going to bed hungry. Trying to explain to your kids why do we not eat dinner, but because the dinner now have turned into a water or something just to slow down the hunger. So if you can see these things are getting tough day by day, month by month, and year by year. A lot of Americans are suffering the pain of economy, the pain of finances. When told that you are spending way too much money, you are spending too much money on a coffee, or you are spending too much money on avocado toast, but it's not longer the same saying anymore. Everybody now waking up now, they know that it's actually expensive. Middle class has been dead a long time ago. Now it's only the poor and the rich. Middle class is slowly wiping out. I don't even know the middle class exists. There's a lot of changes are happening in East America, and financially, it is a struggle for most of all. It's a struggle for most all of us. We feel the pain. We worry about tomorrow, but we don't know how we're going to even to survive tomorrow or the next years. There's a lot of concerns family have, but they still smile through pain. They still enjoy life like how it was, some of us, but you don't know the pain behind. You don't know the fear behind, the sleepless nights that everybody gets. And wonder why the mental health have become such a stronger industry. It is because a lot of people don't get enough sleep, and when you don't get enough sleep, it affects your mental health. It affects your mental health in more ways you cannot even imagine. That's why you find yourself going to a doctor, right? Getting stressed out. It is not most of all those mental is all related to finances. The beginning of all is finances. Finances have caused a lot of family pain, right? Jobs aren't paying enough. The cost of living have gone way up. Groceries are high. Housing is high. There's always something trying to take your money out of your pocket. The moment you step out of your home, $50 going here, $150 going there. Especially those family who have kids, the cost of living get even higher for them. You don't feel the same pain. When you're single, it might be a little bit of ease, but when you have a family, money go by so fast. There's always something needed for your family. There's always something needed, no matter what. There was always something that needs your attention, and mostly usually money. You need money. We need to buy clothes. We need to buy kids school stuff. Right now, school stuff is starting. Parents, they can feel the pain right now. August 12, I think. Parents, they know the pain. Now a lot of parents back then, they used to go to Ross, Dress for Less, or Walmart, right? They would go somewhere even nicer, like those regular places. But now people are all fighting to go to Goodwill, to go find clothes at Goodwill. But even Goodwill is not giving them a break. It's not giving them a break. Things are expensive at Goodwill as well. So now you're caught in the weed of, instead of me buying my kids 3 jeans, they can only have 1 or maybe 2. But if I'm pushing it, 1 bill is not going to be paid if I get you 3 jeans, kids. Parents have to decide that. And that's really sad. Because wages have stayed stagnant for over years. 30 years, I believe. Have not gone up. Have not caught up, and I don't think you ever will. This is sad. How do we get here? How is this still okay to even exist? Nobody should live just to pay bills. But most of us, that's how life is. You can't even go out. If you decide to go out, one of your bills is not going to get paid. Or you're going to have to find a way to get in debt. So now we have to make a decision of go buy something out to eat nice to treat yourself, or your bill not get paid, or you're going to have to take out on a loan. Karna is profiting on this moment. Karna has become a strong industry that is preying on American people who are poor, who do not have no money. It's a very, very big company that is preying on the people who don't have money. And this is sad because they charge, the interest rate that they are charging these people is criminal. It's very criminal. You will not believe the amount of interest rate they are charging people for a small amount of money that they just borrow. It is very criminal, people. But this is what we live in now. We live in a world now that you have to finance your shoes. We live in a world that you have to finance your wife's purse. This was never the case. We live in a world that you have to finance your kids' go back to school items. This was never the case. But this is what we live in. And I'm scared for the future that is coming up. Where are we going? How are we going to survive? Especially those who have family, kids. I'm scared for my kids' future because I don't see mine. I can never see it now. It is very hard to see. As you can see in those clips, a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are not proud of America anymore because we are in debt. If America itself were in debt for China, a lot of money and a lot of big numbers. It's insane. So America decide, well, if we are, some people have this YOLO mindset. Well, if America is in debt, I might as well go in debt. But that should not be the case. You should not worry about American debts or not. You should worry about your family and for tomorrow for your family, right? You need to always make sure you have some little money saved up if you could. I know times are tough right now, but if you can save up that $100, that $200 or $3 if you could, you thank yourself in the future because things are not getting any easier. I wish I could come here to give you a good news, but I don't have any good news. But the only advice I have for you, but not your financial advice, don't take this as your financial advice, will be to save as much money you can because we don't know what's coming. It could be even worse. It could be much worse financially for most of us. AI is taking over thousands of people's jobs. Millions of people are here searching for a job, but they can't find one because even the one that pay, it's not worth it. How are you gonna work for $15 an hour job and your car notes cost the amount you work for 2 weeks straight? That job is not worth it. And how are you even gonna survive? How would you even pay your rent and other small bills you consider small? They're not even longer small bills. Look at the smallest bill used to be Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi now costs $60 today. Back then it used to be $15, $20, $30. But people, landlords, have figured out the loophole to have Wi-Fi included in the rent. You have no say. Back then when the Wi-Fi was on you as a personal, you could call and negotiate down, but it cannot be the same thing anymore because now it's included in the rent. So they have figured out a loophole to increase that amount without you have any say in it anymore. It is very sad reality we live in, and we live in a very greedy world. People will always take away from you. But it's time now you to take care of what's yours. It's time now for you to make sure you stay aware and stay awoken because things are getting really tough financially every single day. It is not easy, guys. Please save your money. Save as little you can. because in the future you're gonna thank yourself that you save up even that little money. But anyway guys, I'll be talking for a while. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.